Hello everybody, it's Margaret. Welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my sales for the last week. I like to come live every Monday and talk about what sold over the last week, talk about my goals, and if I met them. And then this week I thought we would talk a little bit about sort of kind of my wrap-up of the week, my takeaways, and just my attitude this week, and tips and stuff. So very articulate there. But if you're new here, welcome. My name is Margaret. I am a reselling homeschooling mom that flips things on eBay and Etsy to help support my family. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for being here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to invite you to subscribe. Also, you may have noticed I've been doing a lot of different, a lot of jewelry unboxing videos. It's really gotten us through this time, but if you are watching and you're like, oh, that's not really my thing, I do also do haul videos from other places. It's just at the moment there's not a lot of that. I do have a few hauls I could probably do, but I just have gotten into a nice routine of doing the jewelry, and it seems to be cheering people up. So that's kind of what I'm going with right now. Hi, I am live. Hello everybody in the chat. And if you're coming in live now, I know I normally try to come live around 3 o'clock, but our day kind of got away from us, and so it's closer to 4. So how I'm going to format this video, in case you're wondering like where the different things are going to fall, I thought I'd start by talking about the title, which is Don't Undercut Yourself, and then I will share my sales for the last week. And then at the end, I'll hang out. We can all hang out and talk and answer questions. Any questions you have for me that I can help with or answer, or just discussions. Okay, I like this dress, but the bra straps. Okay, just being real for a second. So my goal is to make about $200 a week on eBay, Etsy, Mercari, whichever platforms I'm selling on. And the reason I have it set at about $200, I usually go over, which is good, is so that I can generally make about $1,000 a month on eBay and Etsy, because it's just part of it's good to not have all your eggs in one basket, basically, because I sell on Merch by Amazon, I do YouTube, I do a number of other things. So it's good to have multiple sources of income in case one of them falls through. So my goal for eBay and Etsy is about $200 a week. I would love it to be more, but realistically, because I homeschool before it was forced upon the moms and dads of the world and grandparents and everybody else, I homeschooled before all of that. So realistically, for me to try to do more than that is I'm already burning the candle at both ends, so that would be too hard. So if you might see other sellers that bring in thousands of dollars a week, which is amazing and awesome. It's just everybody has got to figure out what works for them and what, something like figuring out what you want to sell. Everyone sells different things. Everyone has different goals and needs for what they're doing. So that being said, my title this week is Don't Undercut Yourself. And I have found, the reason I say this is I found lately that I have been prone to do that. And I've had a couple of friends point it out to me. And so I've started taking note, because as you guys know, most of the time I talk about I price high, and I just price high and let it fly, right? And just wait until it sells, or take a price, if I want to take a best offer, I take an offer that I'm comfortable with. And that has always worked for me. And I've always made my goal and then some. But lately, I think probably over this last year, as some of you may know, because we've talked about it a few times, is that our family status has changed. And so I'm now the primary breadwinner in our family. And so I think that sort of shift in my mind kind of put me not exactly into a panic mode, but into maybe kind of a panic, but like fight or flight. Like, I need to get this stuff moving. I need to, and so I'm I still send offers when available on eBay, but sometimes I've been taking offers a little bit lower than I would normally take, or when I sell things I like selling when I do jewelry videos. Like I'll sell to people that send me emails, friends of the channel that is. And if there's any trolls in the chat, I don't see any wrenches. So if there's any trolls that pop up, y'all all caps me so I can see it. And I'm going to come back to the chat in a second. But what was I saying? Yeah, so I think because of the shift in dynamics over the last year, I've started doing that. And so just like in the last week or so, I've started stopping. I've stopped and starting to transition back to valuing not just my prices, but myself and my time and because even with selling to friends of the channel, which I love to do, sometimes I think I've been selling things really too low. But I'm torn because I enjoy it. I'm glad to see that pieces are going to friends of the channel that watch and that enjoy the videos, and I don't know, so I'm still torn about that part. But as far as on eBay, Etsy, like sticking to my guns, I had an offer today for a really nice turquoise and silver ring, marked Native American stamped, and I have it listed for $60 something, and someone sent me a $40 offer. And probably any time earlier this year, I might have accepted that offer, but I started thinking, no, this ring really is nice, and I think I can get this. I think I have $67 on it or something. I have 62. I'm like, I really think so. I countered with 55. So something I'm a little more comfortable with, but yeah. So I think, not undercutting what something is valuable, but I think also I think we all have to do what's comfortable at the time. So I don't regret what I did over the last year, kind of taking better, smaller amounts to get things moving. I think I just had to do what I had to do, not only financially, but kind of for a peace of mind, because there's something, especially when you're selling is a really, good chunk of your income, and you're the one that's, paying the bills and everything. When you only have a package or two going out a day, it can start like keeping you up at night, or stressing you out. So again, it's always good to have multiple streams of income for that very reason. But I just wanted to talk about that a bit because I started thinking about that when I was looking at my sales for this week and looking at that offer and kind of reflecting on, what's been going on over the last year. Can y'all tell me how many? I have to refresh this real fast. Oh, it's going to make I can't see how many friends are watching. It's telling me only 5 people are watching, but I know that's not true because there's tons of you in the chat. So, yeah, go over there. Maybe if I refresh it, it won't be bad. Hang on. Crossing my fingers. I'm refreshing a page over here. We'll see what happens. Let me know if you can still see it. Okay, there we go. Anyway, let me pop my chat back out. So yeah, I would like to hear your thoughts on that. I'm going to come back to the chat in just a little bit. I see lots of friends of the channel here, lots of people saying hi. Hi, Dizzy Angie. I see, it says Debbie put somebody in timeout, but I don't see Debbie, so she must be just hanging. That's cool. Hey, Debbie, thanks for being here. Anyway, so yeah, let's take a look at my sales, and we'll talk some more about, not undercutting yourself. And I think also, not just financially, but, with your well-being and it's been a year, I gotta say, but yeah. And I say a year because we're about 5 days off of it being an actual year, even though I didn't really talk about it until just more recently because it's private, I guess, so I just only recently started talking about it. So, okay, I'll come back to the chat in a second. Hey, Brenda. And let's take a look at things that have sold. So I did make my goal this week, which was, try to make at least $200. And I made $343, and that's gross. So probably after fees and everything, it would probably be closer to $250, $275 in that range. I didn't go and crunch all the numbers because it would have taken a lot longer, and I was already running behind. So anyway, let's take a look at what sold. So first up, sales on eBay. I had some on Etsy, and then I sold one thing on Mercari this week, which I don't think I shared last week. Hang on. Whoop, get out of here, you little things popping up over here. All right, so this is a copper bracelet that I sold, and this is one that I took an offer of $18 on, so I was comfortable with that. I think anything less than $15 I would not have taken. Let's see. Ladette says it's 200 gross or profit. So it's 200 profit, like net, is what my goal is. 200 net or more. So with $343 gross this past week, I probably net about $250, $275, I'm guessing, after fees and also I get this question a lot too, is that includes the shipping, and all my buyers pay shipping on top of the price, so that does not include the shipping. Okay, so this bracelet sold for 18 bucks, and I bought it for $1.50, so that's a good flip. Now I've lost my tabs for the next item. Where'd it go? Where are you? Nope, that's not you either. Here you are. Okay. So next up, this is a wallet that I got in the bins. And I almost didn't list it. And I'm so glad I did because it sold really fast. This is one, I haven't been listing a whole lot lately. It's just, I've had a lot going on. And I've been trying to get, I know it sounds like not a lot, but I've been trying to get at least one listing up a day, which is something I have to do after the kids go to bed. Generally, I try to go for 5 a day, but for whatever reason, lately it's been harder. So now it's like 1 a day. We can do this. So I almost didn't list this because it was kind of like, you can see it's kind of dirty up here. And, it's just, it's not in stellar shape. But it had that racehorse on it, and I decided, you know what, let's go for it. I got it in the bins, so I paid less than $1 for it. Oh gosh, I've lost my other thing. Here we go. I'll get it together today. So I sold this for the asking price of $20, $19.99. So probably spent about $1 for this. Hey everybody in the chat, I will definitely be back. Okay, so then this is a comic that sold. A friend of mine a while back gave me 9 big long boxes of comics that she had, and I've been slowly getting them listed. I've been sorting through the rest of them. I only have 3 boxes to go through now, but I still have to list a lot more of them, which is great because they were free. So this sold for $13, and I didn't pay anything for it, so that was nice. Then these earrings sold, and these are ones that I listed that I was like, I wonder if these will sell. And they did. It just took about 10 million years, but they sold. And these ones, I can't even remember what I bought them for. Probably in a jewelry jar or something. But they sold for $12, so that's not bad. That's not bad. And then this is another wallet that sold. This is a Loungefly. This is a wallet brand. Here's the label. If you find this brand of wallet, they usually sell for a pretty good price. Pardon me one second. My throat's a bit dry. A lot of times the Loungefly wallets will have really cool patterns. Sometimes they're ones that are Disney themed. My mom has one that's Alice in Wonderland. This one was kind of like vintage tattoo looking. So this one I paid $5 for, I believe, at a garage sale. And I took an offer of $45 on this one. So I was pretty comfortable taking a $45 offer on a $5 pickup. Had it listed at $52, so I think that was a pretty good return on investment there. Then, this is on Etsy. Now we're over to Etsy. So I started selling mixed lots on Etsy, and this is a box where you get 10 pieces of jewelry for, what is it, $30-something. This one is wearable and sellable, not like junk stuff. So I sold one of these. Where'd it go? This week. Did I not put it over here? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so that's over $35. And I put probably about $3 that I spent on it, $3 or $4. I don't know. Pardon me. It just kind of depends on what goes into the box and where it comes from, right? Then this listing This was a little different. A lot of times when friends of the channel want to buy stuff from jewelry unboxings, that you can send me an email, and I will just send an invoice via PayPal. But I had a friend of the channel that was already buying something else on Etsy and wanted to get this little witch that was in my jewelry unboxing and these 4 pave bracelets, bangles. And so I made just like a reserved listing. That's why the pictures look like this, and it says reserved for the person who bought it. And so hang on, this was like a little Scrabble tile vintage witch. I love her. So this I sold for $10, and then the bracelets were $15 a piece, and that was $60. Yeah, for those. So that was $70 for that one. And that was stuff that came in. No, that was from my catch and release. That was my personal stuff that I had been holding on to forever. All right, so, and I see lots of friends in the chat. I'll be there in a second. I really do want to come over and talk. But I'm trying to focus, because you know me. I'll just go off on a... All right, so this is the person that bought that stuff. So on these, I had these knobs that I got in the bins. Let me make sure that I'm telling you correctly. Yeah. So I got them in the bins, and it was price is per knob. Knobs are selected at random. So as you can see, they're distressed. They're, you know, kind of, I mean, I dug into I can't remember if they were already in a bag or if I dug in and got them into a bag. But I was selling them for $7 a knob. And this lady bought 1 knob, and I think maybe didn't realize it was just for 1 and needed more. And so she messaged me and said, hey, I'd like to buy the rest of them. Can we work out a price? So I said, I tell you what, and this is one of those times too where I had to think about like not undercutting myself, even though I know I got them in the bins and it was probably $1 for all of them. But I have to also remind myself that I'm doing this to make an income. And so if I think I can get $7 a knob, what am I, you know, where's that line where I can feel comfortable about selling the rest of them as a lot and still making a good profit? Because as much as I know what I paid for it, doesn't necessarily dictate the value of the item, right? So I told her, okay, so she bought 1 at $7 and I shipped it off. And then she was like, oh, I don't think I realized that. I want to go ahead and get the rest of them. So she bought the rest of them, and I lowered the price to $4 a knob. So when she bought 1, it was $7, and then she bought the other 14, and that was $56. So I felt pretty comfortable and confident about making that profit and not undercutting myself for the rest of the knobs. So yeah, they were cool. They were like cast metal. They were painted, and you know, some were chipped, but some people like that look, right? That really distressed, I don't know, like, or you could just sandblast them and remake them or repaint them or whatever. I don't know. Whatever your little heart desires, you know. So $56 was a good profit for the rest of the knobs. So next up, this little dogwood ring sold, and I had something else from this maker. This is a really good maker. I'm going to, where is it? Oh, is it B? Hang on. Oh gosh, maybe it's in the... I feel like this is the same maker that B-E-A-H. I'm gonna have to come back because there's a maker that does these dogwoods, and I sold something else. I think it was a bracelet, and they sold for a really, really good profit. So this one, this was in the $500 lot that I got, and so everything was $1 or less because there was so much stuff. And so this I sold for $35. $35. So this also, if you find, a lot of times I'll hear people say, you know, adjustable rings don't sell for that much, but I have sold adjustable rings for a good profit a number of times. So don't bow, that's what it is. Yes, bow. I don't know why I can't. Did I not put that in my listing? Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Okay. We all make mistakes sometimes. Hopefully I put it in the actual listing. So anyway, because that would help it get found. This is a maker that still makes jewelry, and yeah. Anyway, 35 bucks on that. So this is a little, like, one of those puzzles that you roll the little marble to get it into the hole, and I got this in the bins. I just liked the subject matter on it, honestly, and I personally like little puzzles like this, little handheld. I mean, it was little, like one of these little things. I personally like this kind of stuff. I'm drawn to it. I don't know why. So I picked it up from the bins thinking, you know what, if it doesn't sell for anything, it'll be just one of those things I have in the car for the kids to play with. And so, but again, I liked the subject matter. It was kind of Wild West. There were teepees and a log cabin and, you know, little kids, cowboy and all that. So this, I mean, it weighed next to nothing, truly. So maybe a quarter I paid for it, and it sold for $10. I feel like that was pretty good profit on that little puzzle. Anything will sell. That's what I'm learning after all these years, right? Pardon me. Okay, that's the other listing for that. And then this watch sold highly. I paid $1 for this Lion King watch. The strap was in really rough shape. It needed a battery, but my thought was like, oh, somebody's gonna love Simba and want to take it home and fix it up. And it was one of those things. Let's just find out if it'll sell. So, so yeah, I've had a couple people offer to buy it for like $5. This was another one that I was thinking about when I, you know, not to undercut yourself. Like, yeah, it wouldn't have been worth the time for me to photograph it and list it and all of this stuff for just making like a $3. I mean, it's still a profit, but it's still like. So I just held out. I was like, no, it's okay. It's doing fine in my storage over there. It'll just keep sitting there. But I did. I sold it for $10. So. And then my sale on Mercari was a Lego set. This is it's like a Halloween. Is this the bat or the cat? This is the bat. Okay, that bat and the pumpkin. So this was $12 that I got. And I think this one was either a free item when you buy so much from the Lego site or from the Lego store. We're Lego people over here. Or it was something I got really cheap. I can't remember. I think because I remember there was a sticker mark on it, so I must have gotten it on clearance. Anyway, this sold for $12. Okay. Let me come back. And again, my gross sales were $343, probably about $250, $275 after shipping fees, and you know, I spent $18 on all the items that sold. So that's pretty good. Pretty good profit. Pardon me. All right, let me come over here in the chat and say hello. And those of you who are like, okay, I don't want to come and hang out and chat, that's fine. Thanks for coming, and I appreciate you being here. Leave a thumbs up if you are leaving. And if you're wanting to hang out, just come talk in the chat or leave me a comment later in the comment section. So hello everybody. Hello Kathy. Hello Maggie, and I'm sure I'm missing some people. Joanna. I won't be able to say hi to everybody. Celeste says, are you a mind reader? I was just thinking of how I seem to price stuff too low. Yeah, and I have had, it's good to have a buddy that, sorry, I'm adjusting myself here. It's good to have a buddy that's helping you out, because I have a friend who will say, why are you selling that for so cheap, you know, or seeing me sell stuff or quote prices on some of my jewelry hauls. I'll quote prices and my friend will say, why are you pricing it that? Why are you even saying that you're going to price it for that low? And I think also part of that is that I haven't been listing lately. And so I feel like maybe I'm out of touch with what I would actually be listing things for because I haven't been listing that much lately. So that's probably another aspect of it too. I've just kind of lost touch with what I can actually get for things. Maybe. I don't know. Speculations here. All right. So, oh yes, Happy Memorial Day. I meant to say that at the beginning. Hello, Dizzy Angie. Hello, Tammy from Joshua Tree. And Darlene, I'm sure I'm missing something. Okay. Fascination says, just checking in, finally figured out how to get my notifications to work. Yay. Hello, Vivian. Thank you for being here. And okay, George's asking, what's your favorite piece of jewelry you found? I think lately it's that platinum ring with the ruby in it that I need to get checked out. But I am wearing one that I got in a lot recently. I shared it on Instagram. I finally fixed the little chain, the safety chain on it, because the safety chain was broken. And I don't have the tools. That's the thing. I don't have all the teeny tools to fix it, so I was using tweezers. So that was kind of, I had to give up a couple times and leave it on my bathroom counter until I got patient again and tried again. So I finally fixed it. But this is that one I got that's got the British hallmarks in it, and I love it. I love it. I love bangles. So, all right. Yay, Cassie made it. First time here. Yay. Tammy says, when it sells within minutes, I priced it too low. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Vivian says, well, I certainly appreciate any best offer we've worked out. Oh, thanks, Vivian. Yeah, I didn't want to mention names because I don't know who wants to share. You know, you never know who. I don't like to call people out. Can't put a price on those tassels. That's right. This is true. Oh, thank you for the letting me know the numbers of people. How many do we have now? Oh, and let me close these tabs so I can see where we're at. Yay! Go over there and hit that thumbs up, friend. Hello, Brenda. Celeste says, I believe as parents we do what we have to do. At this point, I'm willing to take low offers, but when I'm getting more sales, I don't think I will be. Yeah, and I think, so part of it, you know, being our family situation, and then with the shutdown on top of everything else, the uncertainty of what things, I know things are slowly opening back up, and everyone's got to do what they've got to do, but we're staying put still. So I'm still not going out thrifting, and gosh, I really miss going to garage sales, but we're still staying put. Yeah. Yep. Hi, Marilyn. Marilyn says, when people ask for more than a 20% discount, it's too much. We do a lot of research to get the price. Stick closer to your price. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, that's a good advice. Totally. Because a lot of people do a lot of research on their items. Definitely. George says, what's your advice starting to sell on eBay? I would start with things you know or you're comfortable with, or even just things around your house that you don't want anymore. And just take it slow and easy, and don't be too hard on yourself. And know that it's a process that, you know, nobody makes it a perfect listing or perfect pictures or perfect everything the first time. There probably is somebody who has there, but it wasn't me. I definitely, you know, I look back at my older listings and I shudder, but it's a growth, you know, as long as you know it's a growing process, and it's so fun though. I was going to say, I just love what we do. I love what I do because I'm constantly learning new things, and that I just love that. I love when you guys share with me things that, like the Black Hills gold ring that I had, I'd never heard of that before. So it's just, there's a big wide world out there, and 1,000,001 things for us to find and learn about and expand our minds and expand our horizons, right? So that's one of the most fun things about what we do personally. I love that. Or learning, you know, with jewelry, learning about new stones and new cuts and what's this called and where does that come from and these designers and the history behind things. It's just, that's the fun part. Dizzy Angie says, how do you know if something is actually copper and not just in color? I think that bracelet might have been copper in color because on the back side it was kind of rubbing off a little bit. Yeah. So... Marilyn says, just excited to see you live. And if you see somebody with a little star next to their name, it means they've gone, like, under the video, there's a button that says join, and there you can join different levels. Join, it's like supporting the channel, and then there's extra content sometimes, depending on the level you get. So that's what that is if you're asking about that. James asks, what is, oh, my chat jumped. Apologies. I'm going to have to scroll back. I have this White House black, what is a White House black market necklace worth? It just depends on the piece, yeah. And Vivian says, you've been decluttering too, so don't be too hard on yourself. This is true. I've really been going through my jewelry. I've gotten most of it, like I've gone through and put it either into, like, this is what I'm selling, this is what I'm lotting, and really just, you know, and I've already made up the mixed lots. They're ready to ship out, ready. I only have like one more tower of tubs to go through, which is impressive for me. So yeah, it's been, but again, I only have so much time. I spent a lot of time this week, and I kind of let the kids have their way with the TV. Saturday anyway. Yesterday I would give them like, okay, you can play video games for 20 minutes and then stop and come see me and I'll give you a task. And then once you do the task, you can go back and, play for 20 more minutes and then come and see me and I'll give you. So I was trying to break up their day and not just, but I was like, I needed to dive in. Otherwise I only get little bitty chunks of time. And for that kind of decluttering, needed to really just immerse myself in it. Yeah. Okay, so Jocelyn says, yeah, the horse lovers. Oh, my chat jumped again. Okay. Yeah, the wall. That, I think that was what I know there are going to be people, and it was somebody. They left a comment. They left a message when they bought it about. It wasn't the Kentucky Derby. It was another Derby that they were going to miss out on, and they were they were going to miss it. So that was, yeah. Gracious. I have water and soda here, so I don't know what it is. Vivian says, the knobs are going on an antique painted buffet. Yeah. Which is going to go in a garden shack. They're going to be perfect. Rusty gold. Oh, good. Thank you. I can't wait. I hope you share a picture. That would be so awesome. Just the idea of a garden shack to me is so enticing, I have to say. Like those pictures in those like garden magazines of like the tumble down like garden and then the shack with all the like gardening potting table or shelf out. I'm like, I love that. We're just starting to get some fruit of our labors, our cherry tomatoes and the green beans and things. I shared a picture, I think, on Instagram. We have a small yard, and so I'm doing a lot of container gardening. But it's something. We had a much larger yard before we lived here, and I had quite a few garden beds. So I'm trying to get these squash growing, but they're just like, I like fresh squash, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a squash walks in with an itty bitty neck and a round thing, and you stick it in the pan. Anyway, don't get me started. So, yeah, Debbie, you gotta list. I've been selling Lego stuff. Yeah, definitely. And I have more stuff to list. Totally. Hello. Wait, I saw hello from Ireland. Hi. And hi from India. Hello. Hello, Trisha. Oh, wait, I see a super chat came through. Veronica, thank you for that super chat. $20. That's so generous. And I appreciate it. Thank you for that. I was going to say, I've had a really good week. So, we had my birthday was this week. And then for my birthday, I sort of did for the kids and myself, we converted like the downstairs. I'm not done talking in the chat. Sorry, I just got off track. But we converted the downstairs, it's supposed to be like the formal dining room, but we're converting it into like a mini gym. So I put the Wii in there for the kids to do physical games, and I don't know. I don't know why I got off. It's making me happy. Yeah. Scotland, hey! All right, so Julia says, first time to see you live. I'm glad that you could make it. Oh my gosh, John, no. Do you ever find that Aurora piece you lost? No. And maybe I will now that I'm really focusing on cleaning. Every piece of jewelry so far that I've gone through is passing through my hands and doing sort of a, what do you call it? The Marie Kondo method of what it's going in this, or this, period. All right? There's no in-betweens. And like touching it one time and not like, okay, I'll look at it in a minute. No. One touch, look at it, here, or here. That's it. So hopefully when I get to that section, I don't know where it went, unless I sent it to somebody by accident. Celeste says, our thrift stores are opening, but I'm hesitating. Yeah. In case nothing is brought into the home that you don't want. Yeah. I still have the haul video from the last time I went to Savers and the Bins, the haul rather, in my garage in tubs. I still haven't brought it, and it's been like 2.5 months. It's probably safe now, but yeah. Veronica says, thank you so much for your videos. You help me a lot. Make me smile and binge watch. Oh, thank you for that. And that helps too. Yeah. Put a small amount of bucket and other rest. Yeah. So, Tammy says, reselling absolutely makes me happy. Good, good. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm catching up. Denise says, I haven't been to the bins yet. Do you find much jewelry in the bins? I don't find a ton. One of my kids found a sterling silver and turquoise mosaic money clip that we're probably going to sell for $75. I think it already sold now that yeah, it did already sell. You know when your kid walks up to you and is like, is this any good, Mom? And my jaw about hit the floor. Like, yes, that is good. The student has become the master. So, nice. So I know the answer to that was no. I don't find a whole lot. Not a lot. Trisha says, how did you get things tested before that? I had the stone tester. Just getting started enjoying might have to some diamonds. Before I had the big gem tester, the set that I bought for gold, I bought a gold and silver testing set, I should say. That came with a whole bunch of stuff. It came with a little scale and all the acids, and it came, it came with a loop and a magnet, and it also came with a diamond tester, which didn't test others' gemstones, but that was how I started. And it was like maybe $50 for that whole set. So it was way more reasonable, and it was a good start for me. And then what I would do with stones that weren't diamonds, let's say if it was like maybe a citrine, or I thought it was a citrine and I didn't have a way to test it, I would just put in the listing possibly a citrine untested, just to say it might be this, but I don't have a way to test it. But now that I have that, I usually take a picture of it. But it is an investment because the Presidium Gem Tester is about $250. And I only got it more recently, I think since we moved here, within the last 2 years. But now, because it took a while for me to build up to that. So, hang on. Linda says, it jumped again. Sorry. Okay. Any tips for starting a YouTube channel? I resell some vintage jewelry. Love to share with folks. Not confident I'll get many followers. Yeah. Be yourself. I mean, that it took a while for me. My early videos, I'm way more shy. And it takes time. I guess just, take your time. Do what you enjoy. Because if you're not enjoying it, if you're focusing on what everybody wants, you won't have as much fun with it and you won't enjoy it as much. And I go through a roller coaster of that, of being like, what does everybody really want? What do you want to see? What do I, and then going back to like, no, Margaret, you have to, I think it's just normal. And I'm back in that kind of like, just do whatever you want, Margaret. If you build it, they will come. Your people will find you. So, and I think just getting involved, like talking in chats like this, then other people will say, oh, okay, let me check it out. Let me see. Not overtly like follow my channel. But a lot of times people will go through and click on everybody in the chat and see like, oh, do you have a channel? What kind of content do you make? So, yeah. Just be yourself and have fun with it, right? Yeah. Raindrop, was I able to buy that lot on eBay? I don't know the lot you mean. I bought one lot on eBay a while back. Did you send me a link for a lot on eBay? I'm going to tell I'll tell y'all now. If you send me an outside link, I rarely click on them because unless I know you for sure, because you click on a link and you can install malware and stuff on your computer, and I just can't afford to get a new computer right now because it's my main source of income is all right here. My videos, my listings, my shipping, my everything. So I don't normally click on links that people send me. Maybe it's paranoia, but that's just the truth. Ami says, I found at Goodwill Outlet one big bag $1. I must have missed what you're saying. Okay, I'm not selling on Instagram. Maybe every now and then I'll post like I've got lots for sale. Yeah, but that's about it. So Julie says, "Hey there, I just a thought because you mentioned repair tools for jewelry. Get a little set of jewelry tools, then you can fix up. Yeah, wire cutters, round nose, definitely. It's something to think about. Pardon me. I definitely got some E6000 and have started putting stones, like just easy putting stones back into stuff. What did I eat? Why am I burping? Must be the soda. I have to say, since I thought of that, because I treated myself. HE. You don't have HEB if you're not in Texas probably, but they sell like pre-made kind of meal things, and you just put them in the oven. And I ordered for myself the stuffed jalapenos, the bacon wrapped stuffed jalapenos, and so I cooked some of those for lunch. And now I want more. So anyway, not that you needed to know that, but just I did. Oh, thanks, Sherry. I hope I said your name right. She says, Hubs and I really enjoy your personality. Thanks for making us smile every day. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Jocelyn says, you can sell that weave for a lot of money. Just saying, kids might not like it. No. And that was the whole thing. Like, they normally play on the PS4. But since we were getting this gym ready, making it into I bought myself like an inexpensive rowing machine, I think $200 or so, because we can't get out, and it's really, they're not getting to go to their soccer, they're not getting to go to park days, and so I wanted to do that and like we already had yoga mats and things like that, so just to get some physical activity going in there. Yeah. Let's see. How old are my children? My kids one is almost 10. Next month, will be 10, and then my other child is 12. So they're a good age. They're always a good age, though. They're good kids. Let's see. Yeah, I just don't click on links. Nothing personal. Nothing personal. Annette says, what equipment is most important for YouTube videos? Camera, lighting, sound. What's your thought about beginners? So, is that 2 questions or 1? So as far as, like, all I have this is my laptop that we're on right now. And then I have a camera that I got, but I got it to do videos with, because it's nice. But honestly, I don't really use it that much for that. I end up just using my phone, and I use my computer. I use the camera, it's over here now. I use it for my camera down videos. And then I haven't brought it up here to charge. I just got a GoPro. So I need to play around with that for whenever I do finally start going out again, that I can start using the GoPro. That was a impulse buy while we've been on lockdown. So, but yeah, truly, you just need a laptop and maybe your phone. And I got a ring light now, but I don't use it all the time. And I had a mic, but I let my sister use it because she was going to do something with it. So I don't even have a mic anymore. So you don't need a whole lot. I mean, some people can get fancy with it, but you don't really have to. Yeah. And then eBay. I started on Etsy and then moved to eBay. A lot of people do it back the other way. Yeah. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Crystal wool, sorry. Oh, Chris says, I have so much jewelry to list, but I don't even know where to start. It's very complicated. Well, when I started doing the jewelry stuff, I started with men's accessories like cufflinks, tie tacks, tie bars. I just focused on that kind of stuff. And then I started slowly just listing things that, like, I would take one thing, like bangles. Okay, let's go with that. And then just kind of branch out from there. And just, because it was so hard to, there's so much, right? And you could just lose yourself. But if you, like, try to focus on one thing, that's how I try to take pictures, too. I try to get all my, like, if I'm going to do bracelets. I'll make sure I get like, let's do all the bangles at one point, at one time, or, you know, because then you're just looking at the same kind of stuff. Suzanne says, selling jewelry that my mom had for 20 years, some I can't date. Is it okay to say vintage without a date or time period on the jewelry? Yeah, I do. Because most jewelry doesn't have a name or maker or date or anything. So you just kind of have to go off the style of it, right? I mean, let's say I had this. Could it be vintage? It could be. I just, most of the time I'll look at something and I'll say, is this something that I would have seen 20 years ago? Could I have seen it 20 years ago? Yeah, I could have. So yeah, sure. I'm comfortable putting vintage. You know, a lot of times you can look at the clasp too and see. But I mean, even still, this is still made today. You know, but like, hang on. Something like this one, I probably wouldn't say it was vintage. These, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. So, yeah. You just kind of have to use your, like if it's something I think, oh, I could have seen that in Charming Charlie last week, then probably not, you know, but yeah. And I don't usually have any, I've never really had, I think maybe once or twice somebody's messaged me on Etsy and said, this is not vintage, or this is, you know, it's super rare. Sometimes I don't even realize it because I get in just such a flow of listing that I don't even stop to think about, oh wait, that's not really vintage. And I just, you know, it's not on purpose. It's not, you know, malicious or anything, but I'm just wondering who's got time to go through other people's listings and tell them, correct them. Somebody's got way too much time. But they do. Some people do. Yeah. And the group, our group, Texas Gals Jewelry Lovers, Debbie's one of the admins in there too. You know, as long as you go in and say, like, look, this is how I've looked this up and I'm trying to figure it out. Everyone's super friendly most of the time. We're having to crack down on a little bit there. But, yeah, people are pretty friendly and they love jewelry. That's why they're there. And so they're happy to help. Okay. I think we're at the end of our chat. And I hope that you are all, I don't know why my thing over here is not updating. So I don't know how many friends are watching. And how many of all the stuff. There we go. Okay. I hope that you are having a good rest of your Memorial Day and your Memorial... Uh-oh. Hang on. I was trying to pop my chat out because something happened to it. But I hope you're having a good Memorial Day and yeah, that you're taking care of yourself and everything. So I think that's it. Yeah. And I will talk to you. Oh, wait, okay, I'll talk to you later if you want, but I have one more question I'll answer. Lucinda says, hi from Canada, just wondering how many hours per day you put in doing all this. Generally, I would say on a normal day, probably 3 to 4 hours. Built into our day, because I homeschool my kids, built into our day after lunch is about a 2-hour block of time where my kids, we have quiet time and silent reading built into our day, and then they play video games for about an hour. So that 2-hour chunk is a time that I work. And then I usually work after they go to bed for an hour or two. So, but then on the weekends, I try to get in more. I've recorded 3 videos yesterday to try to edit, to save a little time during the week, but usually at night is when I also pack up my sales and schedule the post office to pick up and everything. So that's what happens in my neighborhood. Okay, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go eat some more of this jalapeno bacon wrapped deliciousness because I started thinking about it. Now I want to eat it. But I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.